I just returned from Kyiv with Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin, where together we demonstrated the United States' commitment to the government and to the people of Ukraine. I have to tell you, the trip left an indelible impression. We had a chance to talk about it a little bit before the hearing. As we took the train across the border and rode westward into Ukraine, we saw mile after mile of Ukrainian countryside, territory that just a couple of months ago, the Russian government thought that it could seize in a matter of weeks. Today, firmly Ukraine's. In Kyiv, we saw the signs of a vibrant city coming back to life, people eating outside, sitting on benches, strolling. It was right in front of us. The Ukrainians have won the battle for Kyiv. And for all the suffering that they've endured, for all the carnage that Russia's brutal invasion continues to inflict, Ukraine was and will continue to be a free and independent country. It's impossible not to be moved by what the Ukrainians have achieved. It's also impossible not to believe that they will keep succeeding because they know why they fight. Seeing this, I have to tell you, I felt some pride in what the United States has done to support the Ukrainian government and its people, and an even firmer conviction that we must not let up. Moscow's war of aggression against Ukraine has underscored the power and purpose of American diplomacy. Our diplomacy is rallying allies and partners around the world to join us in supporting Ukraine with security, economic, humanitarian assistance, imposing massive costs on the Kremlin, strengthening our collective security and defense, addressing the war's mounting global consequences, including the refugee and food crises that you both alluded to. We have to continue to drive that diplomacy forward, to seize what I believe are strategic opportunities, as well as address risks presented by Russia's overreach as countries are reconsidering their policies, their priorities, their relationships. The budget request before you predated this crisis, but fully funding it is critical, in my judgment, to ensuring that Russia's war in Ukraine is a strategic failure for the Kremlin and serves as a powerful lesson to those who might consider following its path. We started making sure that the Ukrainians had the equipment that they needed to repel a potential Russian aggression way back before the aggression started. The first presidential drawdown was back Labor Day of last year, a very significant drawdown, a second one of about $200 million around Christmas time, again, well before the aggression, and then, of course, we're now on our 8th drawdown. And we have tried to focus these drawdowns on the equipment that we believe the Ukrainians need and can most effectively use right away to repel the Russians. And indeed, their success is primarily because of their incredible courage and determination, but it's also because we were able to equip them with what they needed. For every tank that the Russians have had in Ukraine, we've managed with 30 allies and partners in one way or another to provide about 10 anti-armor systems. For every plane that the Russians have flown in the skies, there have been about 10 anti-aircraft munitions of one kind or another. But as you point out, the nature of this battle is changing to eastern and southern Ukraine. They're adapting to that. We're adapting to that. We spent a great deal of time with President Zelensky, the chief of his military, their defense secretary, going through what it is they believe they need to effectively prosecute the battle going forward. Secretary Austin is in Germany today with representatives from, I think, close to 40 countries, focused on making sure that we are either delivering ourselves or finding the countries to deliver what it is the Ukrainians need. And I can just say broadly, and we can go in more detail in a different setting, I think we're largely aligned in what they say they need and what we think we're able to provide. The last thing I'd say, Mr. Chairman, we're doing this very quickly. In the past, it's taken from the time a president made a drawdown decision to getting equipment into the hands of the people who needed it, weeks. Now, often it's 72 hours, from the time of the drawdown decision to the time that equipment is actually in the hands of the Ukrainians.
Hi, everyone. George Stephanopoulos here. Thanks for checking out the ABC News YouTube channel. If you'd like to get more videos, show highlights, and watch live event coverage, click on the right over here to subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to download the ABC News app for breaking news alerts. Thanks for watching.